Salutations everyone, my name is FoodCat, and welcome to Blind Date. This is a little bit different from what I typically play on the channel, but nonetheless it's still a horror game, so we're gonna go ahead and begin. So we're like in a Sybaritic restaurant. The start of it reminds me a lot like I'm Scared Workshop Edition. You check your phone, she's 10 minutes late, you're not sure what to do, and discomfort starts to settle in your stomach. Sit still, wait patiently, take a sip of water, shift uncomfortably, and adjust your collar. We'll do 3. You adjust your collar a few times and we will get it to stop choking you, and you begin to sweat. Mysterious woman. Hey, I'm sorry I'm late, my car's in the shop and I had to take the tram here. I understand, it happens to the best of us. I'm sorry, I probably should have come and picked you up. I didn't know it would be inappropriate. Shoot happens, I'll get over it. I mean, number 2 is what you're supposed to do. What sort of blind date is this? Number 2. Oh, it's totally fine. Blind dates are a bit of a gray area for me. I'm pretty nervous, admittedly. So, I'm Karen. I know you're from Rebecca. What's your name? I'm gonna choose Will. I think Will's like the best name out of all the two. Oh, cute name. Tell me, what do you do? I'm a software developer for a company that does dog face filters for selfies. I'm a door-to-door team leader for Sunlight Nutrition Enhancements. I used to work in a mobile apps, but now I've started trading crypto instead. Me, I push papers for the man. Clock in and out. Hours lunch break. 9 to 5. Kill me. Alright, I actually don't like most of these answers. I think I'll just choose number 1 because I do sort of coding. Oh, is programming as hard as I think it is? You must be smart. For this brainiac, it's easy. I write scripts in my sleep. Between you and me, I'm not really sure why I haven't been fired yet. Heh. Let's be a little bit more charming here and stick with number 1. Like, in the Matrix? The Matrix is a system, Karen. That system is our enemy. Yeah, basically, the job's a huge cakewalk. Number 1. Haha, now I gotta watch for Elrond creeping around, don't I? Huh, why? Paranoid or something? The woman shifts uncomfortably for a moment. You seem nervous. Are you okay? I'll admit I am a little bit. It's been a very long time since I've been out. Longer than still since I've been on a date. I was at first, but I still feel a bit better now. Not particularly. Not particularly. Oh, sorry for being presumptuous then. Maybe I'm showing my hand. So where are you from? From womb to tomb, been living in the city my whole life. I moved here when I was a kid. I don't remember much from where I used to live. You could say I'm still a tourist, moved here a few days ago, or a few months ago. I'll stick with 1. Really? Me too! I love the skyscrapers, the oceans, everything about this place. I'd say it's probably one of the best places I live in. It sounds like you've had a lot of good experiences. I'm rather indifferent to it. Actually, I could stay or go. Wow, and here I am. I think this city's a trap. I've been trying to get out of here since high school. Number 1. Good to hear we're in agreement. Yep, I'm sure it's unanimous. So, who was your last lover? Excuse me? That's a little inappropriate. I prefer to keep that to myself. I mean, that is inappropriate. So... Karen releases an apologetic sigh. I'm sorry, that was rude of me. Like I said, it's been a while since I've been on a date and I'm not very good at interacting anymore. Laughs nervously. I understand. I've been out of commission for a while too. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Or... I'll just stick with 2. I promise I won't do it again. I really appreciate you taking me out. This is a very nice restaurant. I was reading the reviews on the way over. The view is really cool, isn't it? This place was really the only place I could find that wasn't full on the night like this. Number 1. That's so sweet. I'm surprised you haven't been on a date before. What? Okay. She's quite calculating. So how's Cassandra doing? Who? Excuse me? How do you know that name? How do you know that name? Do you seriously not remember your own mother's name? Did I ever say I don't remember her, you freaking skank? I do, but you're starting to freak me out. No, wait, the question is actually, how do you know her name? I'm getting wafts of a serial killer vibe over here. Well, let's see if this becomes a slasher game. Let's do number 3. Gansh's upwards thinking, I am sorry, my friend at work mentioned her. Apparently she used to work for the company. I have thought you said it. I suppose that makes sense. It's no big deal. Weird coincidence. Yeah, I'm just doing number 1. It's like getting wires in your head. I feel a little dumb now. Why are you here? Oh, I've been trying to have a nice date. Oh, I just realized there's like pixelation's disappearing. Well, I've been trying to have a nice date. I'm beginning to question that. You mean like existentially? Let's stick with 2. That's not what I meant. Then what do you mean? Why are you here on this date? What made you come here today? You know, you're being a gadfly right now. I don't really appreciate any of this. Why are you doing all of this? Okay, seriously, what's your problem? I'm honestly at loss of words. Okay, what is your problem? My problem is you seem to not tackle the issue at hand here. What issue? I have no clue what you're talking about. Yeah, I really don't know what you're talking about here. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Your loneliness. That crippling, aching hole in your heart that eats at you every day of your miserable existence. You've been living alone for 3 years now. Such a long time. I could see you shaking all the way from the entrance. Did you really think you would someone would actually come to meet you? I mean, you met me. Wow, she is being... Okay. Please stop. I just don't want to be alone anymore. I can't handle it. Please stop. You will always be alone, no matter what you try and do about it. Do you really think anybody could ever reasonably love you? You're wrong. I don't deserve to be treated like this. Yeah, I really don't deserve to be treated like this. I'm not your scapegoat. But you do. You have nothing of value to offer to anyone. And the only way anyone would love you is if they treat you like I'm treating you now. You're a pile of human garbage. A reject. Thrown out and cast aside as you rightfully should be. You hate yourself and hurt everyone around you. And yet you feel like you own the right to be lonely? Shut up, shut up, shut up. I can't take it anymore. I feel so empty inside. You've been dead inside for years. Maybe even your whole life. I've seen your eyeing up the pills in your medicine cabinet, and every time you cowardice wins out. So I pressed number 2 in the last one. I need to like say what I chose because obviously you guys can't see what I'm clicking on. I need help. I need to be loved. I need to get the freak out of here. I need help. You're treating me as if I'm like a child predator. What you need is to realize how insignificant you are to the grand scheme of your own life. How feebly your voice resonates. You're right, you're wrong. You're freaking insane. You're right? And you're a sniveling, lonely child who only exists to be miserable. Please, I'm begging you, stop saying these things. Why are you doing this? I don't even know why I came here tonight. Why are you doing this? I'm sorry. I know I sound angry and I am, but it's not because I hate you. I just hate looking inside your eyes and seeing the day in and out. You're hollow. You're on a blind date. You should be happy to be here and to be talking to me, and yet you look so hollow. I just want to be loved. I just want to be accepted. I just want to be happy. I just want to be accepted. We all want something, but unfortunately you don't deserve that. That was a mistake. You shouldn't have come here. You should have stayed home, ordered a pizza. No reason to take this abuse from me. I could never fix everything that's freaked up about you anyway. But you can. But you should. But you won't? But you won't? I feel like you're building much of a exacerbation here. I never will. I'm not gonna just magically fix your problems. If anything, I just make them worse. I'm not the solution, I'm the problem. You're the problem. You get the way of your own happiness. You were my own obsession. I followed you your whole life. I've never seen someone so unhappy. Followed me my whole life. Are you a sibling? Or is this like the thoughts in my head and that's like a female crossover of me? Because I'm beginning to see sort of like a dead ringer. So what do I do now? Could I ever be happy? Why do I do this to myself? Why do I do this to myself? Or could I ever be happy? We'll just stick with that. Honestly, don't know. That's something you'll have to figure out alone. You're not fit for a relationship. You shouldn't have to rely on a blind date to be here. You should be able to meet people on your own. You shouldn't have come here. Gosh, you're a mess. None of this should have happened. I'd say I'd made things worse, but you were already a mental wreck before you walked in here. Why would you know that? That's just what I am. It hardly matters. You need to realize that nothing is going to change, that a girl isn't going to change anything. One way come into your life every once in a while, but you'll just be back to where you are now. The underlying problem never gets fixed. Does it ever end? Will it ever get better? Will I ever find love? Will it ever get better? No, it doesn't. You led a barren, desolate life. Does it scare you? Does it terrify you? Because it should. You are alone. Completely, utterly worthless. You shouldn't have come. Your life is just going to be one endless stream of misery that only ends in your inevitable death. Okay. I mean, I'm fine with that. Faced with all this, with your loneliness, with the abuse, what are you going to do? I mean, I'm going to stay because life has always been like that. Oh? What you're saying isn't anything different. I have been told myself it's 1,000 times. Wow, what is going on with the gibberish that I'm doing right now? Keep going, I like the abuse. Let's stick with number 1. Number 2 is as comedic as the "you smell nice from White Day" choice. I want to help you. I want you to recognize this horrible thing you are. Didn't anyone ever tell you that tough love never works? Sure, yeah, I recognize it. Okay, I don't want to sound smug, so I'm gonna do number 1. If you don't mind my boldness, then tell me, what do you dislike the most about yourself? I'm not good at anything. I don't know what to do with my life. I never finish anything I start. Number 1, I guess. And I'm not as far as I could if I tried harder. And I wish I had more motivation. I feel so left behind. I guess number 2. When you tell me I'm worthless, you're preaching to the choir. I might as well be talking to myself. Karen smiles is grim. I never left my apartment, did I? So these are the thoughts in my head. You're very nervous. Your shirt's soaked. But I'm just gonna choose one. So I just chose I. Karen keeps waits for you to finish. Everything you said to me. Do you really think she's going to grill you like this? Is this normal? Why would she dislike you? She doesn't even know you. Because I deserve it. I don't know what to believe. Number 2. I think you know this isn't right. I know that these thoughts are all on your own. The pain is real, but is anything else? At what point are you holding yourself down because you're afraid to get up? Let me use some water. My voice is like acting up right now. It always does nowadays. You're right. I'm afraid, but why should I be? Her opinion has to matter because if it didn't, what's the point? I don't want to be afraid. What do I even have to lose? We'll stick with number 2 then, I guess. Come on, goofball, you're late for your date. Oh, that's it. Did I choose... Was that a good ending? I guess I was persuaded in some way. I don't know. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this playthrough of Blind Date. I really like the art style. This is made by Mental Pop. I should probably go for a commission by whoever that is. Maybe for like a YouTube banner. It's a little unorthodox for me to talk about the lustful topic, so I'm just gonna be talking about the gameplay overall. I mean, it's not what I usually play, but I still thoroughly enjoyed this. Let's see if there's like any hidden jump scares before I end off the gameplay, because I gotta go to sleep soon anyway. I have like 5 hours to sleep until work. So, yeah, dive back in. So I decided to leave this time instead of staying, so I want to see if this leads up to a bad ending, because supposedly I probably got like a good ending. I'm sick of taking this from you. There's no point in continuing. Avoid your problems isn't going to help. You'll find yourself keep going around and around and around. I'll make my own choice, thank you. Is it though? I wonder, if you were doing all of this again, would you choose any differently, or are you doomed to return here again and again? You check your phone, she's 10 minutes late. Oh, it starts back from the beginning. What? Okay, that was a bad ending right there. So, I definitely chose a good ending then, because I did end up going to my date. Is there anything else to this? Alright, so I'm gonna choose I'm sorry this time. You don't need to listen to me anyway. What do I know? Who makes my opinions better than yours? Who the heck are you? I'm you. I'm sorry, what? Well, I'm out of it. Remain silent. Well, I'm a goose? What? Let's face it, you're bored with the way you're torturing yourself. It's all the same over and over. I'm a goose now. This is the way it is. But that doesn't make any sense. What do you mean I'm torturing myself? Number 1, that doesn't make any sense. You seem so upset with who you are. Who you think is judging you? Who do you think is judging you? Who are you failing? Your worth isn't connected to what you'd make. It's what you decide. Can I decide to be a goose too? What? I don't get this at all. Number 2. Nothing has to make sense, and you don't have to understand it. The answers to your questions aren't laid out for you like Easter eggs on a hunt. You demeanor blindly through every single day, unaware of all the tiny decisions you're constantly making. Are you saying this is to seek out answers? So you might as well be a goose. So it's useless to seek out answers? What would they amount to? When you gain peace of mind, does it ever last, or is it easily forgotten for the worry on your list? No, but what does this have to do with geese? Maybe I just haven't found the right kind of peace yet. Number 2. Come be a goose with me. Excuse me? Okay. I don't think I have to. Yeah, I don't think I have to. Why would I want to be an animal? I'm sure animals want to be humans. Close your eyes and think goose-like thoughts. I'm floating down a lazy river. I'm wading in a city park pond. We'll do number 1. It seems to be the similar environment to my local town. There are other geese drifting by, honking at each other. There's an old woman with a bag of stale hot dog buns. Yeah, number 2 sounds about right. There's a kid creeping up on your 6. He got a slingshot and a pocket full of rocks. I flap my arms at him. Get the heck out of here, kid. Okay, so I honk territorially and throw in a couple hisses for good measure. Let's do number 1. If nothing else, you would be an excellent goose. Maybe even the best goose when things are difficult. Sometimes we have to reframe our expectations. Please don't be so hard on yourself. Thanks. You know it's hard to take you seriously when you're a bird. Okay, number 1. Don't take anything seriously. If being true to yourself means being a goose sometimes, that's hardly the worst thing anyone could do. I try to keep that in mind. Alright. The goose stares at you from crossing across the table. Leave the goose here, take the goose home. We'll probably leave the goose here. The goose starts to stare. So, what's your opinion on white or whole wheat bread? Waitress, a whiskey for me, and some worms for the miss. Number 2? What? Okay. This game has some great comedic value to it. I really like that part. That was a good ending too. A very strange one. So is this like gonna lead up to bestiality? I don't know. But I gotta go to sleep now, so hopefully y'all enjoyed this playthrough of Blind Date, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay awesome, kitty sabers.